My name's Brady Jolly. This is the Meet the Team podcast with Jolly Plumbing, Drains, Heating, and Air. And today we are with Beth Ard, also known as Bethard. Beth is in our dispatch office on our dispatch team. She's dispatcher, handles mainly HVAC, dispatching, and lead coordination, but kind of dips her hands into just about everything in the company. So. Yep. Thanks for being on here, Beth. Super pumped to chat today. So just tell us about, let's start with like more personal, not work related, but just tell us about yourself.
Well, I am a single mother of a almost 23-year-old. I graduated nursing school. Haven't taken my boards, got to do that. But other than that, I just like to hang out with my kid. I'm an avid crocheter and crafter.
Awesome.
Love to read. I'm a big dork, It's
what
fun.
Are some of your favorite things to read?
I like mystery, like murder mystery type stuff. But I really love sci-fi.
Cool.
Yeah.
And don't you have like a lot of Halloween and
Yes, I love horror
scary
things.
stuff? Yeah.
Yes, Nightmare on Elm Street is my favorite. Freddy Krueger's my favorite guy.
Yeah. Over in your little corner in dispatch, it scares me sometimes.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. And how long you been working at Jolly?
September 11th will be 3 years.
Awesome.
Yep.
All right. So what's it been like?
I can't put into words how much I love this place. Like, I have never worked anywhere that I felt more welcomed and more comfortable to be me and more respected as a person ever.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, thanks for saying that.
Of course.
What attracted you originally to come work at Jolly?
Well, it was kind of happenstance because it was when I was working at Chipotle. And I was a service manager there. I just happened to be working with this one girl, Ariel, and her husband worked here as an HVAC tech. And he'd come in. I knew him just from being her husband. So we'd chat, whatever. Well, evidently, he had told you guys about me. And I got a call from Julia and was like, hey, you want to come in for an interview? And I'm like, sure. I didn't think anything, was going to come of it. It was just sure, I'll try it. Why not? And then I got a call saying, hey, you want to come work for us? And I'm like, yeah, of course I do.
Awesome. As you know, we have a lot of lovers of Chipotle here.
Yes.
So that very well could have been the start to why we ultimately wanted to interview you. That's funny.
Yeah.
Okay, so talking about Chipotle, what was that like?
It was a lot of work, for sure. It is non-stop at a place like that. You are just on point at all times. And you get a few downtime moments, but for the most part, like, that line just never stops.
What do you think that job taught you that you use here?
It helped a lot with conflict resolution, I think, because you have, there are different types of people that come into a restaurant like that. And you've got to be able to handle if, I'm sorry that I can't give you the medium raw chicken that's on the grill because that's, a health hazard and I can kill you, So, people getting a little spicy like that, you gotta be able to tolerate things like that and learn to kind of ease the situation.
Yeah, I don't think I'd ever really thought about it until, we got to know you and you told us about your experience working at Chipotle, but I think it's actually a really good experience to be a dispatcher.
Yeah,
dispatcher,
absolutely.
You kind of have your hands in everything.
Yep.
You're like you're kind of like behind the wheel
Yep.
of HVAC department on a daily basis and sometimes
Absolutely.
even more. Talking to customers, talking to employees, there's constant problems that go up.
Yep.
Like, we know pretty much one thing every single day is that the day is not going to go as we planned, right?
Absolutely.
And you, as a dispatcher, get the brunt of that.
Yeah.
So your experience at Chipotle probably really helped.
It was
that,
perfect,
right?
Yeah.
So that's really cool. Why don't you tell us about what it's like to be a dispatcher, what happens in the dispatch office, and kind of like your day-to-day work, what you do?
Sure, yeah. The day before, you always want to set your board, make sure you have all of your techs have the right job on the right tech, make sure everyone is on point. You walk in the next morning, guess what? Something happened overnight. We got calls in, or, somebody's sick or something. And your perfect board is not so perfect anymore. And you just rewind, get back to it. You just keep doing that over and over throughout the entire day. You just constantly are moving things around, making sure that we're absolutely taking care of our customers the best we can, get them with the right tech, get any issues we have going on, we can find a workaround. There's always a workaround to be able to help somebody, for sure. And then we have our techs calling in to debrief, calling in to dispatch. We have customers, some of us are also backup for call center. So we also answer customer calls and schedule appointments. And then we have, the different managers coming in. Hey, it looks like, this person has this going on. Can we, move this around and make this work? So we are constantly intermingling with everyone throughout the entire company.
Yeah, I think that one thing that makes a really good dispatcher is where a lot of people see problems. Good dispatcher sees solutions. I think you're good at that.
Thank you.
It's like, normally if somebody said, hey, we have way too many calls than we can run today, most people would be like, oh, man, that stinks. That's a major problem.
Yeah.
Dispatcher's like, great, bring it on. We're going
right.
to figure this out, and we're going to maximize this dispatch board to the best of our ability today.
Absolutely.
And I think that you're really good at having that positive attitude. As a dispatcher, I've been there. I've been on the other end of that answering phones and dispatching. It can wear you down and stress you out.
It can.
What I appreciate about you is you always got like a smile on your face, super positive, and I recognize that's really hard to do as a dispatcher. So thank you.
It can be,
Thank
but thank you. You can't look at things negative all the time, You got to have a positive outlook. It's going to make a horrible day if you don't,
Yeah, it's a good mindset to have. So one of the things here, obviously we care a lot about our culture and work-life balance and the people that work here, and we want to make sure that we're having a good time when we're at work, right?
Absolutely.
Talk a little bit about your fellow employees, people that you work with, and what you like about working with them.
Everyone that I have ever encountered here, whether it's present, past, whatever, we all try to find some kind of a fun thing to do day to day, because it can get really stressful, if it's in the heat of the summer, or, it's been raining for 5 days and the drains are just going crazy, people, we get stressed. Well, we will sometimes, if we're, we happen to see a funny TikTok or something, we'll send it to each other. We have like little group chats so we can, try to pump each other up and that kind of thing. You gotta have each other's backs and things like that.
That's cool. What's you come to a lot of the company events. I think you come to almost all of them. You're one of the people that, if we're having a contest, you're always participating,
Absolutely.
which is awesome. You had the American flag outfit recently at the 4th of July party.
Yep.
What have been some of your favorite company events and why?
I would say, well, of course, I love, trunk or treats because that's Halloween. It's my favorite holiday. And I love that the HVAC guys built the robot out of the old HVAC equipment. That was so awesome. I love that guy. He's so cool. But I really, really love the Christmas party. It's so cool that we get to just all get together. There's no agenda, anything. It's just y'all getting together, having a good time. We get to have our after hours karaoke. That's the best time. Yeah, for sure.
Cool.
Yeah.
Did you ever picture yourself working in the trades?
I did not. When I was 18, I worked at Lowe's, and it was just like a part-time kind of thing. So I knew what some plumbing parts were. I grew up with my grandparents, so I knew how to fix a couple little things because my grandpa taught me some stuff when I was little. But I have an AC, I have a furnace. That's about the extent that I knew of that, Yeah.
So if you can put yourself back into your mindset before you came to work here and knew you'd ever be working in the trades, what would you have expected it to be like? And then how's that been different from what it's actually like?
I would expect it to be more rough and tough, if that makes sense. Just from experiences I've had with past companies, past technicians that I've had come to my home. It's not it didn't seem too personable. And it was kind of feeling. But then I came here, and granted, yes, I'm in the office, But even the techs, we see all of the techs at least once a week, if not more, and everyone is so personable. And once you get to know these guys and girls, it's like they're just leaps and bounds more than I expected.
Cool. Not that you've worked at other trade companies, but what you would expect other trade companies to be and what Jolly is, what do you think sets us apart? What do you think makes us different?
Definitely our people and the beliefs that we have, because we want to actually help people. We're not trying to, just get that dollar. We actually care about our customers. If we have someone who has a loss in their family, we actually make note of that. We'll send flowers to that person. We'll call them. We'll see if they're okay. We check up with people. I don't know any company that'll do that. I don't know if it's because we're a locally, family-owned company, or if it's just the people. I personally think it's just the people myself.
It's awesome. Yeah, and you're so good at that, about going above and beyond.
Thank you.
You're really incredible at that. Okay, cool. So as far as, dealing with day-to-day situations, do you have anything, you're talking to people who have just sometimes had maybe the worst home situation that they can possibly have, sewage in their basement, it's 90 degrees when they wake up, or it's super cold in their house. Anything that sticks out as like some of the craziest situations that you've had being behind that phone talking to customers?
I would say I had a customer once. It was probably, I would say, the first winter that I was here. I was just transitioning to dispatch because I started in the call center for a few months. So yeah, just transitioning, just trying to get my feet wet and learning the ropes with dispatch. And I had a customer just sobbing, just out of her mind sobbing, that she woke up, she didn't have any heat, and her kids were coming back home. They were out cross country or something. They had to fly in. They were with relatives, and she's trying to figure out what to do because she has no heat. And I know you guys are busy. Everybody's busy, and she's just going on. And I'm like, well, we can definitely, take care of you. We'll get you on the board. We'll take care of this. And she said that her mother told her to put blankets in the microwave and to cover the kids up when they get home, and that'll keep everybody very warm. And I was very confused by that. I'm like, okay, well, personally, I don't recommend that, but you do you kind of thing. But I'm like, no, we'll definitely get you taken care of. You will have heat. You do not have to worry about trying to keep your kids warm. I promise,
That's awesome.
And then she actually ended up calling back a few weeks ago, or a few weeks after that, to thank me. And I forgot who it was. I want to say it might have been Kreckler that went out there, actually. But she was very appreciative.
That's awesome.
For letting her vent.
Do you see, when you talk to customers, do you think customers are more angry and upset when they don't have heat or when they don't have air?
When they don't have air. Absolutely. We definitely have people who, aren't the happiest because they're cold, but you can put layers on. You can't take everything off.
Right.
So yeah, the
I
heat
agree.
Definitely makes people more angry.
Yep, I agree.
Yep.
Cool. Any other stories or interesting things that have happened with customers or anything that you can think of?
Let's see. My other favorite story is a customer who told us that she had burned sage in her house because she thought her pipes were possessed.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whoa.
That was an interesting conversation. Yeah. Uh-huh.
That's funny.
Yep.
Okay, so you have been on a lot of our commercials and stuff.
Yes. Yep.
You always one of the first ones to volunteer.
Absolutely.
So which one of our commercials or any of the videos that you've been on have been your favorites?
I would say the most memorable would be my very first one, because it was literally my second day. Lauren was like, hey, we need another office chick. You want to come be in a commercial? And I'm like, okay. So I did it, and I ended up doing it with her, which was great. But that was definitely the most memorable one. Favorite for what it was the cashback for the HVAC stuff. When Russ jumped in the lake, it was hilarious.
You crushed that one. That was good.
That was really funny.
Back
This
to
money
the
guns,
first
man.
one on your second day, was that the mystery? That was
the photographer.
yeah,
who
like
pretended.
the candid camera. We
Yep.
hired a fake photographer. That
Yep.
was hilarious.
That was
you
it.
did really good on that.
Thank you.
I was right there for that. That was
Yeah.
awesome. Well, there will be many more to come. So
Oh, yes.
you're always our go-to.
I love it. Yep.
That's awesome. Cool. Okay. Anything else? Anything else you wanted to share or talk about today?
Really just, I know I've said this to you before, but I just can't thank you enough for giving someone who's never had any experience an opportunity to better themselves and to really find a place in this world, you know?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we talk a lot about our mission, vision, and values, and one of them is be the name,
Yep.
be jolly.
Absolutely.
We want to have people here who are happy and fun and energetic and somebody that you really want to be around. We recognize that this is work and it's not always going to be perfect, but
Yeah.
you absolutely embody that value.
Thank you.
Smile on your face at all times, and you have one of the most stressful jobs and difficult jobs in the company. So I can't thank you enough for being that way, because it really, I think, makes everybody here happier and makes it a lot better place. So
Absolutely.
wouldn't be the same without you.
Thank you.
Yeah, really appreciate it.
You're awesome.